Hey, Spence C, and it's another daily video. It is January the 16th. This is number 18, and 2025 is the year of consistency for me. That's why I'm uploading daily. So join me on this journey, the highs, the lows, and what I've learned along the way. Now, today's video is what is the number one mistake musicians make when trying to build a fan base? The number one mistake musicians make when trying to build a fan base. So most musicians are making this mistake and it's stopping them from building a fan base. And the worst thing of it all is they don't even realize that they're doing it. But before we dive into the video, if you're following these videos, you'll know that consistency is the key. Hydration is key. So if you pause the video, get a drink of water, come back and let's drink together. This is almost a litre of water. And here we go. Oh, California water. It's lovely. Good. So if you've ever felt like you've been shouting into the void, posting on social media, you're uploading your music, uploading videos, and you're just getting crickets, and you're probably making this mistake too. And it's not necessarily about the music. It's not even about the production of your content. And it's not even about the marketing entirely. You know, the number one mistake musicians make when trying to build a fan base is that most musicians will try and they're aiming to go viral. Now, that's one strategy to use. I mean, some people do that and they do go viral. That's great. But virality doesn't necessarily convert into a fan base. And the reason why that is because people share stuff virality wise because it's novelty. Usually it's because it's novel. Now, sometimes when it's music, it is because of the quality, but that's quite rare generally. I mean, I can think of one example off the top of my head, which was LP, who did Lost on You, and that's got over 1 billion streams on YouTube. But does it mean that her fan base is 1 billion people? Does she get 100 million people turning up to her gigs? I don't think so. So you can see that it's not that kind of virality doesn't necessarily equate to that many fans. It's certainly good for the Google AdSense if you're getting 1 billion streams. That's a nice chunk of change. However, if you're again, we're talking about a converted fan base. If her videos are suddenly banned off YouTube and she didn't have anything online, would she have a fan base? Anyway, more importantly, do you have a fan base? So again, I'm going to sound like I'm going on a broken record here, but it all comes back to this basically. So if you are trying to go viral all the time, then it's like trying to hit a moving target. You know, you're going to miss a lot of the times. And if you're doing that as a strategy to start with, that's going to affect your motivation, because if you keep missing and not hitting it, and you're setting your sights on like getting millions of streams and having like a viral hit, then you're going to be disappointed a lot of the time, which is going to affect your motivation. It's going to affect your mindset, and it's going to make you want to give up, and probably will give up. Now, if you take the other tack and go, okay, I'm going to build something one fan at a time. And I don't mean you're going to knock on people's doors and go, hey, do you want to listen to my music one person at a time? Although that is a strategy you could use in addition to everything else. But what I'm saying is, if your mindset is, okay, as long as if I get one fan from what I'm doing, and what I mean by a fan is someone who's willing to come out and support your music. If you're playing a show, if you're selling merchandise, if you're selling a book, if you're selling any kind of online content or whatever it is, that they're buying into you, that they're with you for the ride, and then they're willing to invest money and time into you. So that's what you're aiming for, really, a fan. And what you're really aiming for is a fan that you can have a direct contact with, communication. So if all else falls away, you can still communicate with them. You can still tell them what you're doing. And that's obviously by email. Or if you wanted to go really sort of old school, then you could do a mailing list, snail mail. Now, that's something that still could work nowadays. You know, people on a mailing list, a proper mailing list, and you send them out sort of letters now and again. I've been on a mailing list for somebody who was doing he was just sending out like a one-page, literally like a one A4 on back and forth, back and the forwards and back, double-sided, that's what I'm trying to say, and sent it out in an envelope. You know, that's new, that's different, because who doesn't love getting something through the post that isn't a bill? You know, generally nowadays all we get is bills through the post box, isn't it? And that's not fun, that's not exciting. But if we get a postcard or a handwritten letter or something that's actually giving us something for free, information, then you know it's something worthy of opening up. So think about these things. Think when people are zagging, everyone's zigging in the online direction. Everything's online, which is great because it's at scale, right? But think about the things that don't necessarily scale. You're there if you're a grassroots artist. You can do that because you've got time. You know, you've got the time to do it. You could quite easily set up a mailing list. You could make it, you know, snail mail as well as email. So let's say you've got 200 people on your mailing list. You send them out an email, and maybe they could buy. You know, I'm just riffing now on the top of my head. Maybe they could buy into it. So you, for I don't know, $5 subscription or a $10 subscription, you send them a letter every week, or maybe it's every month you send them a letter. Or you send some goodies through the post, and it makes them more sort of, oh, I'm going to stick with this because I love getting things through the post. Think of these things, how you can attract fans and maintain fans and grow your fan base that way. Slowly, but each fan, knowing that each fan is going to be spending money with you. So Google business profiles, I'm a big advocate of that as well. So if you want to set up, start local and get noticed on Google, that's Google business profiles is another way of getting started on that. And getting featured in local directories, obviously playing live gigs. This is all the kind of stuff that I teach you, and also I'm a big advocate of. So it's a system. You can set this up as a well-oiled system, which has top of funnel from social media and things like that, funnel down to the middle of funnel, where you can start to communicate with your fans, and then the bottom of funnel is when you've got the kind of relationship where they're ready to buy and they're ready to invest stuff, like you're buying your merchandise, buying your live vinyls. If you're into vinyl and you want to set up your own vinyl on-demand store, which you don't hold the inventory, then click the link in the description down below. That's Elastic Stage. We're doing a partnership with them, and they're brilliant. Now, it's the future, seriously, for independent artists, and you can get in there now and start doing this kind of stuff when no one else is doing it. No one else has really heard of this yet. So you could definitely be the first of shifting limited edition vinyls, where people will pay multiple. They'll pay 50, 60, maybe £100, maybe £200 if you were doing like limited edition kind of stuff that will never be repeated, because people love to collect things, don't they? Some people just love to collect vinyls, especially when they're rare. So this is it. This is how you do it. It's a mindset shift. Shift it from I want to go viral online to I'm building my community one fan at a time. If you want to work with me, all the things in the description down below. Please like this, comment down below. If you've got any more questions, any more videos you want me to do subject on, these last couple of videos are more like frequently asked questions. Questions that I get asked and questions that I see people asking online. So I'm trying to answer them as best I can. With that said, please share as well. I'm noticing in the analytics that people are sharing these videos quite a lot. So that's great. That share it with people who you need to, who you think would benefit, any kind of musicians in your life who are getting started and are trying to monetize their music. Direct them here, especially if they're over 40 or 50. I'm 51, and so you're my kind of people. You're talking my language, and I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You can create a music career for yourself. It's not easy. I'm not here to tell you that it's easy, but it is possible. And it's a simple, once you've set up the system, it's very simple. Be prosperous. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, ridicule is fuel, rejection is just correction, and resilience rules. See you tomorrow.